Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge on what is a very rainy, soggy day. Now I had planned today to be out in the coal forge, but that's outside, it's raining, so I'm inside, I'm finding something to do. So what I'm going to do, and this one is going to be a bit of a bitzer, we've got a chicken joining us. I'm going to continue grinding the seax, which are pretty much ready to heat treat. They've been normalized a couple of cycles, so now it's just a matter of getting them all to be about the same in profile. I've more or less got the longsword ground out, so I'm now working on getting the heavy grinding marks out. So I still need to do the fuller, for which I'm making a custom follower wheel for the belt grinder. I'm hoping that the bearings in these old rollerblade wheels are actually going to be up to this. If not, well, we'll see. Hopefully it'll last long enough to do just this one at the very least. But otherwise, this is ready to heat treat. These are pretty much ready to heat treat. So if we're lucky, today we might actually get to the heat treating. For the sword, that does mean a break in the weather, so that we can actually heat treat this. So we'll need to set up Mega Forge outside. But we'll cross that bridge when we need to. At the very least, my long quench tank is full of oil. So, enough waffle. Let's get going. So for those wondering what you can use your old N95s for, there you go. They do hold up reasonably well. This one is getting towards the end, but it'll hold up a bit longer. Alright, time to move this clamp to the other side so I can grind this edge. we got Mega Forge going. We'll do the seaxes first, then the sword. In the meantime, I'm going to get the oven hot, because I'm going to temper the seaxes in the oven, whereas the sword will be flame tempered. So I'll be back in a moment. Preheating the oil. So, with the oil warm, let's put the first blade in. Come out very clean though. Hasn't warped. On to the main event. Okay, so first things first. Get it so we can see our temper colours. Okay, I think that's actually it. Damn, that's straight. Okay. All right, well, it's the next day, and I'm really happy how these came out. They're both absolutely dead straight, and ready for hand sanding and getting their fit out. The sword, it's come out really straight. Like absolutely arrow straight. Ooh, one thing I need to show you guys. So I needed a way to clean out the fuller of all the forge scale. I didn't particularly feel like spending 2 days hand scraping it. So I made up a narrow wheel for the belt grinder. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of it being used, but for using cheap rollerblade wheels, it held up well, solved a problem I had, and that's all it needed to do. Seeing as it still works, I'll keep it around and it'll probably get used in a future project. The sword is rough tempered, so it's been taken to about 220 degrees pretty uniformly, using the map gas torch, which means that the core is a little bit harder than I'd like, but as it is, it's actually pretty limber. Blade weight, 894 grams. Length from shoulder to tip, 845 millimeters. Which is, let me get my handy little convertery thingy out. $845 divided by is 33¼ inches, which is a bit too long for a Viking sword, so it's more of a long sword, which means I'm going to have to weld a little bit of steel onto the tang so I can get a hand and a half onto the handle, and then we'll work on balancing it. Next step for both of these projects is to make the tooling for drifting the hole for the guard, specifically on the sword. I think for the seaxes I'll file it, and once I've got it reasonably close I'll start working the tang down to suit. Oh, that's a lot of waffle. That's what I'm going to leave off. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's not much of a video as such goes, but sometimes the weather doesn't help, and the best laid plans and all. So that's where I'm leaving off. If you've enjoyed, hit the thumbs up, feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. When you do, don't forget, ring the notification bell. So get out to your shop, finish a project, make a bit of work on a project, but above all, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next time.